Best updates that YouTube has ever made, because now YouTube is letting you turn off shorts on iOS and Android. This is actually an update to an already existing update called Shorts Feed Limit, where you can essentially limit how much time you can view YouTube Shorts for so you don't get addicted to them. You can set the limit for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever, or the new option, 0 minutes. So YouTube's time management settings now have an option to put a 0-minute time limit on shorts, effectively removing them from your app in Android and iOS. The option is an update to the shorts timer YouTube originally announced in October. The lowest previous option was 15 minutes. The feature was expanded in January to give parents some control over how long their kids spend scrolling through shorts, with an option for 0 minutes coming soon. This actually really makes me mad and makes me want to go on a rant, but I'll save that for a little bit later. According to YouTube spokesperson Mackenzie Spiller, the option to set the timer to 0 is now, quote, live for all parents and is currently being rolled out to everyone, including users with regular adult accounts. Regardless of age, it can be a handy tool for anyone who wants to spend a little less time scrolling. The Shorts tab won't show any videos once you hit your limit, just a notification that you've reached your Shorts feed limit. In our test, hitting the time limit also removes shorts from the home screen, which is really good. So by setting the timer to 0, you can ignore shorts entirely if you want. To turn on the timer, go to the settings in the YouTube app and select time management, then toggle on the Shorts feed app and select a time for it. Remember, this is a brand new update, so this might take some time to roll out to everybody. So before some of you guys say, oh, I don't see that option on my phone or Android or whatever, give it some time. It might actually take a few days, weeks. But the reason why this line over here actually makes me really upset is because remember that YouTube rolled out global AI age verification for everybody who wants to go ahead and have all their features on the app. So what makes me annoyed about this is the fact that YouTube and many other social medias do have tons of parental controls and options to make it so your kids don't get addicted to social media. We can all criticize YouTube as much as we want, and as you guys know, I do all the time, but YouTube is actually trying to implement features like this to make it so kids aren't getting addicted to social media. And yet still the entire world's governments are trying to roll out AI ID age verification for everybody for breathing the wrong way, so everybody has to submit an ID just to basically be able to use the internet. Obviously, in August of 2025, YouTube also made the inevitable decision that they're actually going to have global ID age verification on the platform. Now, at the time, and I still do now, I totally disagree with the decision. YouTube has never been mandated to have global ID age verification. They were just asked to implement ID age verification in certain states and certain countries. So the fact that they did it globally, I have a huge problem with. Yes, I understand people are going to try to defend YouTube and say, oh, it's part of the law, they have to follow the law. Remember that YouTube is owned by Google, which is owned by Alphabet, meaning they have tons of money. As we speak, Alphabet is the second biggest company in the entire world based on market cap. They are worth about $4 trillion, so surely they can use that money to go ahead and fight against ID age verification and support the privacy of their users, although Google has been caught in a lot of privacy issues as well. But you know, with the whole YouTube Shorts thing and other things that they're doing, they are actually trying to fight against ID age verification. So I was hoping that Google and by extension YouTube would use that money to go ahead and fight against some of these ID age verification laws and say, see, look, we just got rid of the option to make YouTube short. Surely you guys shouldn't mandate us to have ID age verification in certain countries and stuff. And if YouTube can't use their money to fight against all these ID age verification laws, how come Meta is able to use their money to go ahead and fund all the ID age verification laws throughout the country and possibly even around the world? Meta has been funding millions, if not billions of dollars into ID age verification laws and having politicians lobby for them, and they are able to use their vast resources and money to go ahead and push ID age verification. So you would think that when YouTube goes ahead and rolls out an update like this, where they're actually trying to stop kids from getting addicted to social media, YouTube in general, and YouTube Shorts specifically, they would use some of that money to go ahead and fight against ID age verification, but I guess not. In fact, when Australia rolled out their mandatory social media ban for kids under 16, YouTube actually wrote a letter to them basically saying how much they disagree with the act. They were actually talking about the fact that it is going to be a lot easier for YouTube to protect kids if they are on the platform as opposed to off the platform. So they're basically advocating against ID age verification around the world, especially in Australia. So I was hoping that, you know, when they would make updates like this whole YouTube Shorts update, which like I said at the beginning of the video is a good thing, they would go ahead and use their resources to go ahead and fight against these countries and states that are mandating it. Because YouTube made the very good point in this article that if Australia bans social media for kids under 16, they're not going to stop using YouTube. They're going to continue using YouTube. They're just going to use it signed out, because the way Australia's law works is that kids can't have a social media account, which will mean that parents will lose the ability to supervise their kids on YouTube. They're